had just returned home from getting an MRI when the phone rang. The caller ID showed my neurologist's office was calling. I figured they were reminding me of my appointment the next day, since I was at the end of a 3-year MS clinical study. I answered and the nurse confirmed my appointment. Then she strongly recommended that I bring someone with me. An odd request, given that I'd never needed someone with me to visit the neurologist before. I didn't take the recommendation seriously and headed to the neurologist's office alone the next day. The doctor called me into his office, obviously concerned. He showed me the previous day's MRI and pointed out a large spot on my brain that was the size of a bouncy ball. Then he said, "It's possible that's a tumor."
It might be a tumor.
It's not a tumor.
The statement stunned me slightly, but I made a little joke. The doctor went on to explain why the 3/4 inch spot was suspicious and what he felt were the next steps. He immediately started me on a 5-day intravenous high-potent steroid treatment. If the spot were due solely to MS, the treatment should reduce the size of the lesion and the damage to my brain. And he sent me to a neurosurgeon who recommended another MRI, which I had about a week later. The subsequent MRI showed that indeed the spot on my brain had reduced a little, and I began to feel a little more at ease. After 3 visits to my neurologist, 2 visits to the neurosurgeon, and 3 MRIs, all within less than 2 months, I'm now relatively confident that my issue was an MS exacerbation. I was able to breathe a little more easily when the neurosurgeon told me at my last visit, "You don't need to come back unless something changes." Over the past 8 years, I've gone through some harrowing experiences in my ordeal with multiple sclerosis. And through it all, I've had friends like you who were encouraging, listening, and caring the whole way through. Since 2008, more than 50 of you have supported me in Lexington's Walk MS. Your gifts help the MS Society discover new drugs to fight MS and fund research to keep me and others with MS moving. I'll be joining others at Lexington's Walk MS for the 6th year on September 14th. Will you support me in this walk? Thank you for helping me keep moving.